Rabbi, this Shabbos, we're going to read Parashat Nasso. Parashat Nasso, just to give you an introduction about the Parsha that we're going to read this Shabbos, it's the longest Parsha that there is. In this Parsha, there is 176 verses. It's the longest Parsha in all the Torah. The longest Parsha. In this Parsha, we'll explain why there is 176 verses, not for nothing, we will explain. But in this Parsha, we have 7 positive commands and 11 negative commands. Okay? So this is just the introduction to Parashat Nasso that we're going to read this Shabbos. Rabotai, we say that there is 176 verses in this Parsha. And this Parsha is not for nothing that there is 176. Parashat Nasso, if you look, it's speaking about the job of the Leviim in the tabernacle, the portable Beit Mikdash that was in the wilderness. Okay? And here Hazal teaching us something very important. The mystical Rabbi and the Zohar HaKadosh, also in Parashat, what do you call it, in our Parsha, Parashat Nasso, explain to us there is a secret behind the number 176. In Sefer Bereshit, in Parashat Vayishlach, in chapter 36, verse 11, the Torah tells us about the son of Eliphaz. Who was Eliphaz? Eliphaz was the son of Esau, Esav Rasha. Eliphaz had a son in the name of Shepho. Tzadik Pei Vav. Shepho. That was his name. If you take the gematria of Shepho, Tzadik, it's 90, Pei is 80, together is 170. Vav, gematria 6, 176. Say, the mystical Rabbi, like this. What's the secret behind it? They say that Shepho, the son of Eliphaz, the grandson of Esav Rasha that hated the Jewish people, all the time criticized against the Jewish people. He's what we call it the negative spiritual forces against the Jewish people. Every time that, lo alenu, that the Jewish people doing something wrong, when I say something wrong, doing averot, when they doing averot, the Torah tells us that Shepho immediately stand up in a court of heaven and criticize against the Jewish people, trying to make sure that HaKadosh Baruch Hu Chas v'Shalom will punish the Jewish people. So when we read Parashat Nasso, Rabotai, this is just the introduction. We didn't start the show yet. You have to have in mind that we have 176 verses is to annihilate those negative spiritual forces. And every year, when we read Parashat Nasso, explain to us Chachmei Asod, the mystical Rabbi, that we actually reducing and annihilating those evil forces, those negative spiritual forces. This is just the introduction to Parashat Nasso. And now, Be'ezrat Hashem, na'aseh v'natzliach, ve'Hashem alenu berachamav yarviach, we're going to start Parashat Nasso. We have our Baal Koreh with us, Jeffrey. Erev Tov, Jeffrey. וידבר אדוני אל משה לאמור, נשוא את ראש בני גרשון, גם הם לבית אבותם, למשפחותם.
Hashem spoke to Moshe saying, take a census of the sons of Gershon as well, according to their father's household, according to their families.
Okay, if you look carefully, Rabotai, and just to mention to you, in last Parsha, in chapter 4, that we are in chapter 4, verse 3, he spoke about the children of Kehat. Now he's speaking about the children of Gershon. What's happened here? I need to explain. Levy was one of the sons of Yaakov Avinu. Levy have 3 sons. The older one was Gershon. The middle son was Kehat. The Lameki, the little one, was Merari. 3 sons. Explaining the Mefarshim like this. If you look carefully, and the question being asked by the Gaon Hida, Rabbi Haim Yosef David Azulai, he born in Jerusalem 301 years ago. And he asked the question, why is the Torah not going according to the sequence of the verse? It should be first Gershon, to mention, then Kehat, then Merari. But we see that the Torah doesn't go in according to that sequence. The Torah first mentioned the middle son, that's Kehat, then Gershon, and in the end, Merari. Why is that change? Why is the Torah change and doesn't talk about the children of Levi according to the sequence? That means should be first Gershon, because he's the oldest. Second one should be Kehat, and then Merari. Why is the Torah change? What is we can understand from here? So the Mefarshim explain like this. On a pshat of the Dvarim, I'm going to bring number of interpretation why the Torah changed the sequence, why we're not sticking up to the right order. First Gershon, then Kehat, then Merari. Why is not according to the order? Say the Gaon Hida, Rabbi Haim Yosef David Azulai, like this. He say, if you look at the pshat of the Dvarim, the simple idea behind it, because Rabotai, we do pshat, remes, drash, sod. We start the pshat, the simple part, then the drash, the hint behind everything, and then we get to the secret of all of it to understand. He explained like this. He said, what was the job of the Levim in a tabernacle? The tabernacle is a portable Beit Mikdash that was in the wilderness. He said the job of the Levim to carry the vessel and to serve in the tabernacle. He said that if you look, the children of Kehat, that was the middle son, they have a special job. They carry the most holy vessel. They carry the holy ark that was inside the tabernacle. They carry the menorah. They carry the shulchan, the table where was lechem apanim, the bread, the bread of the face, or the face bread, whatever you want to call it. I don't know how you say it in English, lechem apanim. You learn from here something very important. You learn that you have to understand here something, that the Torah doesn't go according to age. The Torah go according to your job. That means the most holy job done by Shevet Kehat, the children of Kehat. So therefore, they deserve to mention first. What was the job of the children of Gershon? They carry the curtain. That means what cover the tabernacle. In the wilderness, they didn't have walls like it was in Beit HaMikdash. So they used curtain. And we see why is those curtain. What's so important about it? The third one was the children of Merari. What their job was, they carried a stick, the wood, to erect the tabernacle. Say the Mefarshim, from here you learn that the Torah mentioned first the children of Kehat. You know why? Because they carried the most holy vessel. After that, the children of Gershon, they carry the curtains, okay, that cover the Mishkan, that cover the holy vessel when they was in a journey. Okay, when they was in a wilderness, just for general knowledge, they had 42 different journeys. So when the tabernacle wasn't erect, it was covered with a curtain. And when it was erected, it was covered the surrounding of the tabernacle, so people can't look inside. Then come the children of Merari, that their job was to carry the heavy wood, the heavy stick, that with that they erect the tabernacle. Because their job wasn't the most not holy job, they mentioned third. That's Pshat of the Dvarim. Pshat of the Dvarim mean the simple explanation. But let's move a bit deeper. What's happening here? Why is it so different? Another interpretation that the Torah that we learn from here, and this is the drash, that you learn from here something very important. Our Torah, people cannot inherit it from father to son. Torah doesn't pass on the knowledge of the Torah. When I say Torah, I mean the knowledge. That means if the father is a rabbi, it's not necessary that his son will have the knowledge of the Torah. That means a Torah, it's not like the person that is a firstborn, he get double in a heritage. No. The Torah, you have to work hard. The Torah, you have to learn. You have to put effort to understand the Torah. It's come to teach you something very important. It doesn't mean because Gershon was the firstborn that automatically he will have the knowledge of the Torah. And that's what it's come to teach us here. The Torah tried to teach us here a very important message, that if you toil in a Torah, you put effort, you can grow up. If you're not, you can't grow up. Forget about it. To become a scholar person, you have to put a lot of effort. You have to toil. You have to study. And that's the Hidush here. The same like Gershon, although that he was the oldest, but he didn't mention first. Kehat mentioned first. We'll see later on why. Hazal explained that it's come to teach us here that also that people must understand that if we would mention Gershon first, people will say only the firstborn obligate to learn Torah, and the rest of the kids, they have no obligation. Said the Gaon Hida. Say the Gaon Hida that the Torah come to teach us here and to hint to us that because Gershon never mentioned first and Kehat mentioned first, it's to teach you that everyone have an obligation to learn Torah, not only the firstborn. Another interpretation, Rabotai, and here we're starting to go more to the depths. Hazal say that the children of Kehat was nimble. That means very quick. And we have to understand what it means nimble, what it means quick. The Mefarshim explain that the children of Kehat was very cautious. Why? Hazal explained that the children of Aaron, the children of Kehat have the most difficult job and the most dangerous job. Why? when they was on a journey, they have to carry the holy ark. They have to carry the menorah. They have to carry the table and the rest of the holy vessels. And they have to be covered 24/7. No one allowed to look at them. Chazal say that if God forbid the holy ark or the menorah or the table or the rest of the holy vessel will be exposed and people will look at them, they will die immediately. Said the Mefarshim, that was the job of the children of Kehat. Kehat have the character trait not only to be quick and nimble, they was very cautious to make sure that 24/7 the vessel of the holy vessel of the Mishkan, the tabernacle, was covered. Otherwise, the punishment is there. Even that it was by mistake. Never mind. No one allowed to look at the holy ark. Only those that serve at Bet HaMikdash, like the Kohen Gadol, once a year he can go there. And the same like the menorah, the same like the table and the other vessels. So you learn from here that the main reason that the children of Kehat mentioned first in a previous parsha, in Parashat Bamidbar, because they was very cautious. They have this kind of a character trait. Now, Hazal explained that it's happened number of times that the children of Kehat, for a split of a second, in the journeys, when they was moving from one place to another place during the journeys in the wilderness, the curtain moved, and the children of Kehat that was there and looked at it died, just like this. It was the most dangerous job that they had. And who can handle it? Only the children of Kehat. But now, we have to understand something very important. If you look carefully, and we're going to go step by step, we mentioned that Levy have 3 kids, Gershon, Kehat, and Merari. 3 kids. Levy was the son of Yaakov Avinu. Okay. The job of Kehat is to carry, the job of Gershon is to carry the curtain. Kehat, we say, the holy vessel. Merari, to carry the wood and the stick that help to erect what? The tabernacle. Until here, we explain. Okay. Rabotai. But if you look, something very interesting, and now I'm going to go step by step with our Baal Koreh. Baal Koreh, we're going to go back to verse 3, that's in Parashat Bamidbar. If you go to chapter 4, verse 3, if you read with me, Jeffrey, tell me when you're ready. Look what it said. Look what it said. Hello, Marky. Erev Tov. Thank you for joining us.
Sorry, I'm late.
It's always better late than never.
That's what they say. Thanks, Rob.
Pleasure. מבין 30 שנה ומעלה ועד בין 50 שנה, כל בא לצבא לעשות מלאכה באוהל מועד. בכבוד, Jeffrey.
Right. This was discussing the census of the sons of Gahat. From 30 years of age and up until 50 years of age, everyone who comes to the legion to perform work in the tent of meeting.
Okay. Remember the word legion. Legion. That's the key word. Let's go now. I'm going to jump to verse 23. And look what it said. מבין 30 שנה ומעלה, עד בין 50 שנה תפקוד אותם, כל הבא לצבא, לצוות צבא, לעבוד עבודה באוהל מועד. 23,
Yes, I got it. From 30 years of age and up, until 50 years of age, shall you count them. Everyone who comes to join the legion to perform work in the tent of meeting.
Okay, again, it's the legion. When it speak about the children of Merari, look what it says, לעשות מלאכה באוהל מועד, to do a work in Oel Moed. Why is it said there, when it's come to the children of Merari,
it not Gershon?
Sorry? No, we read Gershon.
Yes, we did. This was from 30 years and up. That was verse 30.
They're all from the age of 30. No, they're all from the age of 30 up.
Yes.
But when it's come to the children of Merari, it doesn't mention legion. Why? Why doesn't mention legion? That's the question of the Zera Shimshon. Who was the Zera Shimshon? Rabbi Shimshon Haim Nachmani. Rabbi Shimshon Haim Nachmani, born in a city of Modena, in the north of Italy. He born 319 years ago. He say, when it's come to the children of Kehat, the word legion mentioned. When it's come to the children of Gershon, the word legion mentioned. But when it's come to the children of Merari, it's to do the job. Where's the legion? Why not? What's the difference? Said the Zera Shimshon, Rabotai, here we're learning a great message, Rabotai, and if we focus on it, we'll understand. He said like this, the children of Merari, what is, first of all, let's go back. What it means legion? What is the understanding of the word legion? In Aramaic, it's called tzva'i. Tzva'i means, in Aramaic, a wish, a desire. Said the Zera Shimshon that here you're learning something very important. When he speak about the children of Merari, he say, Kol haba latzava la'asot. That means all the tribe of Merari have the desire to work and to do the most holy job in a tabernacle. When it's come to the children of Gershon, it's a kol haba litzvot tzava. That means that also the children of Gershon have a desire, have a wish to work in a tabernacle with holy stuff. But not all of them, most of them. When it's come to the children of Merari, say the Zera Shimshon, what is it? La'asot melacha, to do the job. That means that they didn't really have the full desire, the full wish to do the work. La Kehat, La Gershon. And that's what it's mentioned, the word legion, with the first two. But Kehat come first because the entire children of Kehat wanted to do the most holy job in a tabernacle that the Levy can do. When it's come to Gershon, also most of them wanted to do a holy job, but not all of them had the same wish, the same desire. When it's come to Merari, the Lameki, the little one, it was different. He done the job. What is he done? He carried a stick, the wood, with a wagon, okay, a dough that was heavy and etc. Yes, but he didn't have the wish and the desire to do the most holy thing. And that's why when it's come to the word legion, it's mentioned only on Kehat and Gershon. To teach you something very important. It depends on a desire and a wish that the person want to serve HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Akadosh Baruch Hu, if you look at the Jewish people, we are the minority in the world. The minority. Akadosh Baruch Hu doesn't care about the quantity, the majority people in the world. He wants to see the heart of a human being. Akadosh Baruch Hu cares how much you want to come closer to him, how much you want to serve him, how much you love him, how much you want to worship him. Are you going to worship him with full heart or not? That's the Hidush here. We're learning from here something very important. We learn almost a half an hour of the shiur just on the first two verses, or actually on verse 22, to teach us something very important. And the message here, Rabotai, Akadosh Baruch Hu wants a heart of a Jewish person. You can see a person that's wearing a great hat, big bird. The bird, actually, his bird's gonna get even to his knees. He have a belly button. He wearing a nice suit. Akadosh Baruch Hu doesn't look at that. Akadosh Baruch Hu look at the heart of a human being. Is your heart clean? Do you want to serve me? Or you have on the side, behind, you have a reason what you're doing. You're dressing like a big rabbi with kapota and blah, blah, blah. Or you dress normally. But in your heart is all the time with me. And that's what the message here, Rabotai, that our heart have to be 24/7 with Almighty. Wherever we go, whatever we do, is that what Akadosh Baruch Hu want me to do? Is that his wish? Or I'm upsetting the Father in heaven? That's the message. And then it says, I would like to end up, Gam hem lebet avotam, lemishpachotam. Also them to the household of their family. The Mefarshim ask, why did he have to say about the children of Gershon, also them to the household of their family? What's the Hidush? And with that, we're going to end up the second verse that we started. Say the Mefarshim that from here you learn by that the Torah tell us also them to the household. You learn that the children of Gershon also was scholar person. Don't think that only the children of Kehat was scholar person. No, they also was scholar person. But the level between the children of Kehat to the children of Gershon wasn't on the same level. Kehat was above. Kehat put a lot of effort. They had more fear of heaven. They have everything that they done. They make sure that that's what Akadosh Baruch Hu wants from us. I prepare more, but I'm going to skip now because actually I wanted to bring the Al-Sheikh HaKadosh, Rabbi Moshe Al-Sheikh, that he explained that the children of Levy, the three children of Levy, actually represent different era in a Jewish history. But the time we almost 36, not almost, we 36 minutes just on one verse, and we're not going to have chance to go through the Parsha, so I'm going to skip it. Be'ezrat Hashem, those of you that are going to come on Shabbos to the Shiur at Yeshiva College can listen to it there. I would like to go now, because I spent enough time on chapter 4. Let's go to chapter 5, verse 2. And in verse 2, the Torah speak about those that contaminated, and I need to explain that. Look what it said. Tzav et bnei Israel, וישלחו מן המחנה כל צרוע וכל זב וכל טמא לנפש.
Command the children of Israel that they shall expel from the camp everyone with saras, everyone who had a zav emission, and everyone contaminated by a human corpse.
Okay. So, what do we learn here? The Torah tells us, and Rabotai, we have to understand that. When the children of Israel was in a wilderness, was 3 different camps. It was Mahane Israel, the camp of the children of Israel, that all the tribe except the tribe of Levy was there, 11 tribes. Then Hamishim Amah, 50 Amah, that's mean 25 meters from them, was another camp. It's called Mahane Leviyah, the camp of the Levite. Inside the camp of the Levite, that's what many people don't understand, was Mahane Kehuna. That was the camp of the Kohanim, the priest. And inside there was the tabernacle, inside the camp of the Levite. The Torah come and teach us something very important. That people that have tzarat, it's not the leprosy that we know, it's a spiritual disease. We explained that in Parashat Mesorah, in Sefer Vayikra. A person that lo alenu, that have zav is emission, lo alenu, and a person that tamel nefesh. What it means tamel nefesh? Contaminated to a disease. That he came with contact with the disease, or not necessarily in a contact of in the disease, in the same tent that was a disease. That means he entered the tent and there was a disease. It's not necessary that he touched it. That's called tamela nefesh. Okay? Those 3, okay, all of them, there's a different level. Hazal say that they cannot enter the Mahane Israel. What does it come to tell us? A person that was tamela nefesh, okay, that got contaminated, okay, a person that lo alenu, that was tzara'at, a person that had emission, okay, those people cannot enter the tent of Israel. They have to be outside. They have to be isolated. Why? That they have to purify, and then they can come to the tent of Israel. The tent of Mahane Leviyah, the tent of the Levite, that we explained that was 25 meters from the tent of Israel, the camp of Israel, there people that was Levy, that the Levite, the Kohanim that lived there, they can enter. But to enter that place on the way to the tabernacle, you have to purify yourself more than a normal tent. And then the 3rd tent, that was Mahane Kehuna, Mahane Shechina, that where the Holy Spirit of HaKadosh Baruch Hu was, in the middle of Mahane Leviyah, okay, that was all the holy vessel. That was the tabernacle. To enter to that, only certain people can go, very few. That not everyone can enter. The Torah come to teach us here something very important, that there is level of purity, that each one have to work on his own purity. When you want to go to the more holy places, you have to cleanse yourself. You have to purify yourself. So we're learning from here something very important. Rabotai, there is many people talking about Har HaBayit, we must go to Har HaBayit, Table Mount. Table Mount, no one allowed to go there. I don't understand why we as Jews have to cause mahloket to go to Table Mount. Here is a proof to us, and the most of the Gedolim doesn't go there. So why are we going there? To teach us something very important. We have nothing to do in Har HaBayit. I think that's the message. Let's go to verse 7. And in verse 7, it's talking about confession. And I want to explain what is confession, Be'ezrat Hashem. Look what it says. והתוודו את חטאתם אשר עשו, והשיב את אשמו בראשו, וחמישתו יוסיף עליו, ונתן לאשר אשם לו.
They shall confess their sin that they had committed. He shall make restitution for his guilt in its principal amount and add its fifth to it, and give it to the one to whom he is indebted.
It starts, the verse starts in plural, v'hidvadu. It doesn't say v'hidvada, hidvadu, in plural. And then it moves to singularly. That's the question that's been asked by Rabbi Moshe Hagiz. Who was Rabbi Moshe Hagiz? Rabbi Moshe Hagiz, born in Jerusalem 353 years ago. And he asked the question, why does it start in plural and move to singular? I don't understand. If you're talking about confession in plural, why then you move it to singular? What's the hidush here? So first of all, let's explain what's this, what we're learning. In this verse, we're learning that we have a positive command from the Torah to do confession. When a Jewish person do a sin, he have to ask for forgiveness. He have to do confession in the front of Akadosh Baruch Hu. We'll explain how we do confession in an easy way. But let's answer the first question. Why does it start in plural and move to singular? The Mefarshim explains something extraordinary, Sir Rabbi Moshe Hagiz. Rabbi Moshe Hagiz explained like this. You have to understand, every Jew, the Jewish nation is like a chain. One linked to another one. You know, like a person have a chain on his neck, its neck form different ring, but they all join together. When one Jewish person do a sin, he mustn't think that he just affecting himself by that he done a sin. When a Jewish person do a sin, he affecting the entire Jewish community, the entire Jewish people. Why? When a person do a sin, say Rabbi Moshe Hagiz, it's affecting the entire Jewish people. Why? Because there is a scale. When we do mitzvot, then we on the top. We in credit. But Has v'shalom, when a person do averot, then all the negativity, the evil forces getting strength. It's come to tell you that you have to understand that although that you individually think that if I've done a sin, I'm affecting myself. Nachon that you're affecting yourself, but you're also affecting the entire Jewish nation. When a Jew do something wrong, it's affecting him. It's like a reflection. Rabotai, we see when we're not allied to the nation, you see how they treat us. When there is no unity among us, the entire world against us. The High Court, Europe. Today I hear a statistic that if I tell you, you're not going to believe. In Germany of today, every hour, they done a statistic, every hour there is an anti-Semitism attacks against Jews. Today in Germany. In Germany today, there is over 100,000 Jews living there, 150,000 Jews. Every hour, an act of anti-Semitism. If it's spraying shul, if it's taking Jews that walk with Yami, and etc. People in Germany cannot walk with a Yami. Unheard of. Look what we got to the time of the Nazis. Unheard of. But that's just showing us that the Mashiach is here, it's coming. It's quicker than we think. So it's come to teach us that, say Rabbi Moshe Hagiz, that when a person want to do confession, you have to understand that he have to do confession not only for his personal sin. The Torah teaches here that when a person do Averah, he have to do confession also for Averot that he doesn't know. And it says, Asher Asu, that they done. What does it mean they done? I saw a beautiful interpretation from Arav Yaakov Aharon. He was from Hasidut Alexander, from the movement of Alexander. It's called Hasidut Alexander. It's from Poland. He explained that here the Torah come and teach us and telling us that even if you done confession, okay, you have to understand from that it say that it done, a person have to do confession, not only what he remember, also about things that he doesn't remember. A person gonna come and say, wait, I done something wrong, I can't remember, I can do confession. But how can I do confession about something that I don't remember that I done? You have to understand something very important. When you do confession, how do you do confession? Confession go like this. When a person stand up and say to HaKadosh Baruch Hu, said to the Almighty, Hatati, Aviti, Pashati. HaKadosh Baruch Hu, Hatati, Aviti, Pashati, please forgive me for the sin. And then the sin that he remembered, said to him, please forgive me for those sins. I didn't keep Shabbos, I didn't that. Okay? Hatati, Aviti, Pashati. Please forgive me. But sins that he doesn't remember, say the Mefarshim, that a person have to say to HaKadosh Baruch Hu, please forgive me, even for those sins that I remember and those sins that I don't remember. And please help me to remember that I can regret what I done, and now I'm asking for forgiveness. Hatati, Aviti, Pashati. And that's the Nusach. They are Nusach HaKatzar, the short version when a person want to do confession. At home, at the garden, you're sitting in your garden, look into the heaven and speak to the Almighty. In Breslev, it's called Idbodedut, to be alone with you and HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Say Rabbi Nachman mi Breslev, that today everyone needs it. Without Rabbi Nachman, today we can't. We need Rabbi Nachman. To sit, a person have to sit, even if he sit at work or he's driving, to speak to HaKadosh Baruch Hu and ask for help, for forgiveness, for health, for wealth, for whatever you need. Speak to him like you're speaking to your father. And the language that you understand, because HaKadosh Baruch Hu understands all languages. And that's the Hidush here. Number one, that even you individual, when you do something wrong, you're affecting the entire Jewish people. You can't say, listen, Adam, it's my business. It's not your business. There is the freedom of choice. Now, that there is the freedom of choice. But if you're sitting in a boat, I'm going to give an analogy. And a person sitting on the boat, and there is plenty of room. And a person say, look, the water looks so clear, so beautiful. Let me taste it. And he make a hole in the boat, in his room, in his cabin. What a Meshugana will do something like this? Because the entire ship gonna sink. Why? Because the water gonna penetrate, and then the ship gonna sink. If you come and tell him, you say, listen, don't tell me what to do in my own cabin. It's my own cabin. I'm allowed to do whatever I want. I paid for that. I want that you pay for that. But if you make a hole, a water gonna come in going to penetrate in. And if they're going to penetrate in, the entire ship going to sink. That's what it's come to teach us, the message. That we as Jews have to understand that we have responsibility one to each other. If we see someone seeking for help, a person need help, no matter what help, it's our job to give him the hand, to stretch our arm, if it's spiritual help, if it's physical help. In any way, we have to help. And that's what this verse trying to teach us, that we all Jews, we all have responsibility one to each other. And when we done already the sin, we have to learn that we have to do confession to regret it. By that you do confession, HaKadosh Baruch Hu will forgive you. But it has to be from the heart, not just to say sorry, oh, shame, sorry. Not shame, sorry. To mean it. To mean the confession. Rabotai, I would like to end up with Birkat Kohanim, because we have few Kohanim in a panel here. I would like to move to chapter 6, verse 24 and 24, 25, 26. Then that's where is Birkat Kohanim, the blessing of the priests. And I would like to speak about it a bit and to explain what is Birkat Kohanim. Let's read it. Yevarechecha Hashem v'yishmerecha. Ya'er Adonai panav elecha v'yichuneka. Isa Adonai panav elecha v'yasem lecha shalom.
Hashem spoke to Moshe, saying, speak to Aaron and his sons, saying, so shall you bless the children of Israel, saying to them, may Hashem bless you and safeguard you. May Hashem illuminate his countenance for you and be gracious to you. May Hashem lift up his countenance to you and establish peace for you.
Okay. What is Birkat Kohanim? What is the importance of Birkat Kohanim? About the importance of Birkat Kohanim, we don't understand. In Eretz Israel, every day they do Birkat Kohanim. The Sfaradim in the diaspora, wherever they are, in South Africa, in Europe, in America, in Australia, in Asia, the Sfaradim do Birkat Kohanim every day. Every day. Because it's so important. If you look what it says, HaKadosh Baruch Hu command Moshe Rabbeinu to tell Aaron and his kids to bless the children of Israel. But tell them, Emor lahem, ko tevachu et bnei Israel, emor lahem. What does it mean, emor lahem? Tell them that I'm the one that blessing them. Nachon, that you stretching your arm and everything. But the one that blessed them, what does it mean bless them? Not only that I bless the children of Israel, I bless you, the Kohanim. You, the Kohanim, who bless you? I bless you and the children of Israel. You just the channel to pass the bracha, tell the Kohanim. Shut of the Torah. Now let's go to the bracha. Yevarechecha Adonai. The Almighty should bless you. Bless you with what? Say the Mefarshim. Listen to that. Yevarechecha Hashem be'osher, mamon ve'kavod. Be'osher, mamon ve'kavod. That the Almighty will bless you with money, prosperity, and honor. V'yishmerecha, and He will guard you. Guard you from what? From the demon, the robbers, the thief, all of those that want to harm you, I will guard you. That's a physical brocha. Let's go to the second one. The second brocha is Ya'er Adonai panav elecha v'yichuneka. Here, the Mefarshim explain that HaKadosh Baruch Hu here speaking about spiritual brocha. That HaKadosh Baruch Hu will light our eyes in His holy Torah. That we can understand the Torah. There's some people, you talk to them Torah, they think that you spoke to them Chinese. They don't understand what you're talking to them. Said the Mefarshim that here we asking the Almighty that He should give us the eyes, the knowledge to understand the Holy Torah, what we're talking about. Not only that, what did He say after that? V'yihuneka, that He should give you favor. What it means, favor? That you should be favor in the eyes of the Almighty, in the eyes of human being. That everyone that look at you will look at you in favor. Then we have the guardian's bracha. Isa Adonai panav elecha. Here we asking, say the Mefarshim. When I'm speaking now the Mefarshim, I'm talking actually about Midrash Rabbah, the Midrash of Rabbah on our. That here we asking HaKadosh Baruch Hu that will turn His face to us and not to walk away from us. That means wherever I will go, wherever I will enter, wherever I will turn, the Almighty going to be with me. That means what every steps that I'll do, the Almighty going to guard me. The Almighty going to be with me wherever I go. The Almighty going to guard me and will be with me. And then what it say? V'yasem lecha shalom. What it means shalom? Chazal and Gemara in Masechet Shabbat, page 10, folio 2. Page 10, folio 2. Say, one of the name of the Almighty is Shalom. Shalom, it means peace. That here we, HaKadosh Baruch Hu say, wherever you go, HaKadosh Baruch Hu will be with us, but with peace. He will guard us, He protect us, and we live in peace, in harmony together. And I always speak about it in a Sha'ul. How much the Almighty love when the children of Israel live in peace and unity together. Rabotai, we don't have to agree with each other's opinion. I can have my opinion, and Mr. X can have his opinion. That's fine. But we have to respect each other. When I don't respect Mr. X and Mr. X doesn't respect me, we don't live in each other in peace. HaKadosh Baruch Hu wants us to live in peace. And if we live in peace together, it doesn't mean that, okay, I have to accept your opinion. No. You don't have to accept my opinion. But we have to live and respect each other. If we do that, then we can live in unity, and then the peace is going to be among us. And Be'ezrat Hashem, Rabotai, I'm trying to stick to the time, already 1 minute over. I'm trying to stick to an hour. But it's very important. If we live in peace, in unity, in harmony, we have no idea what we can achieve. When the children of Israel arrived at Mount Sinai, they arrived there, Vayahanu Shamulahar. What Rashi HaKadosh say? Belev Echad. They arrived there with one heart. All of them was united. What merit we receive? HaKadosh Baruch Hu given us the Holy Torah. When we live in unity and peace, we got the Holy Torah that we celebrated on Sunday night, Monday, Tuesday. Can we imagine the power of peace? How much HaKadosh Baruch Hu loves to see his kids living in peace and harmony. It's the same like a father at home. You have few kids. What does the father want more than anything? That his own children will live together in peace and harmony. One kid can be a doctor. One kid can be a lawyer. You follow? They don't have to agree with each other's opinion. But he wants us all in peace. So I'm wearing this kippah. Chaim Yanko wearing the other kippah. What difference does it make? We're all serving one God. We all serving one God as a Jew. The Israeli Defense Force, I always say that, have different platoon. There is the parachuter, there is the Air Force, there is the infantry, there is the what do you call it, the parabet, there is the Navy, there is the intelligence, whatever. All of those units, they all say they're the best. Everyone you ask them, we are the best. But they have one purpose, the Israeli Defense Force. And that's what we should be. Whatever name you want to call us, Mizrahi, Haredi, whatever name you want to give it, זה לא משנה, it's Buba Maises. HaKadosh Baruch Hu doesn't care what you are. HaKadosh Baruch Hu cares about your heart. How clean is your heart? How much you love your fellow Jew? How much you're willing to do for your fellow Jew? How much you're willing to give from yourself to another Jew to make peace amongst the Jewish people, to make peace in the world? That is the message of Birkat Kohanim, and that's the message to us. That HaKadosh Baruch Hu wants us in peace, in unity. That's the most important point.